This is Boxing Tickets in association with that prize guy. We're still here at the Devenish. We're just finished bragging rights today, but joined by one half of the promotion tonight, obviously Padraig McCrory from Hammer Boxing. Paddy, I guess probably what better place to start? You know, your first champion in the stable. I watched you go through every emotion in that fight tonight. How does it feel now to have your first champion in part of Hammer Boxing?
Yeah, listen, if I'm honest, I was never really in doubt of the result. I was surprised at Gormley and how tough he was and how well he took that a shot and how he came back. He showed real guts. Probably the Alurger man on him. But yeah, it wasn't the unexpected, which takes away a bit of the sort of the joy and excitement. But it's great to have our first champion like in the stable in Teo. He's pro just over a year now, and he's been consistent. He's had a baby in between that as well, like so. And he brings a great fan base every time. So I think the world deserves it, and he has an opportunity now to push on and make some money and fight for more titles.
What a scrap it was. Like, I sort of, I guess sometimes you look in, you sort of look at the records, look at who they faced. Teo's fought fighters that come forward and give them a really good scrap. And I guess sometimes if people look at fights on who people have fought, it can be a completely different opposite of that. And I thought it was a really, really good fight. Lee Gormley, as you say, took a lot of punishment, I thought, in that last round. He was getting had a lot of clean shots and showed a chin that probably people maybe didn't think he had.
He was eating big right hands, and in fairness, he was trading right hands as well. He was going for it. My voice is going, it's so late. But really tough, really tough. I thought the fight was competitive, but I also thought that Teo won every round, if I'm honest. I scored it on my phone round by round, and every round was on. As much as Gormley had decent success, I don't think he done enough to win any rounds.
I think one of the judges gave it 5-3. One was 6-2, one was 5-3, and then obviously the last one was 8-0. But I don't know. Maybe it's me and maybe it's you. Sort of going 5-3. Where did they sort of see that from?
Yeah, maybe they're scoring him for his guts and bravery and his ability to fight when it looks like Teo's getting the better of him. But I don't think it wins the rounds. I could have seen maybe one or two, maybe max. But when I heard 77, 75, I was took back. But I was never in doubt of who was going to get the result. And then when I heard the last scorecard of 80-72, I was like, yeah, that's probably the only one that I thought was even close to right. But I don't want to take anything away from Lee Gormley because, as I say, he came and performed, and he dug deep, and he earned his money tonight, and he'll come again. From what I gather, he's a real hard worker. He's improving all the time, which he showed tonight. So yeah.
Where would you like to sort of position Teo next? Like, can you look at an Irish title sort of for him next? I know Bio Alabi sort of at the weigh-in thing yesterday put the eyes if he sort of was looking at it. I think he done it just to tease. But like, where would you like sort of Teo to go next? Do you want to go an Irish title, or because he's 30 now, do you sort of look at trying to progress maybe quicker in some sort of Commonwealth title fight?
Yeah, well, listen, it's quite. He has a great fan base, and he sells tickets. So there's talk of a couple of big shows coming here next year. There's talk of Conlan Sports, hopefully along with myself doing one, and also hopefully Crocker's coming back to Belfast. But I think he deserves to be on one of them shows. I would love him to move on to bigger and better. Bale's a good kid, but he's only had 2 or 3 fights, has he?
I think Bale's maybe 3 or 4. I think.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's a good kid. If he puts himself in a position to make the fight, they would listen to any offers. But with the amount of tickets that Teo sells, I think he deserves the opportunity to go on a big show. The show has selling power, and the show has quality, and they make a few quid.
How would you say was this your standout sort of performance tonight? Obviously Jordan Granham obviously came and gave Gary Arthur's obviously a tough fight, but I thought Gary Arthur showed heart when probably it might have been easier to sort of give up there tonight. Probably learned more in that fight than he's had in his other fights. Donagh Keary obviously bounced back in one in ways with a stoppage. Who would you say was your sort of highlight of the night, other than Teo? Because obviously it's hard to look past a title success.
I was very impressed with Donagh bouncing back over the feet against a really wily like journeyman in Steve McGuire and getting the middle in good fashion. He was a sharpshooter tonight. Obviously, my own guys in Bernardo showed good composure and showed that he's ready for the next step, fighting a guy who's 10-9. And then Big Lax again. Probably he didn't feel like he performed overly great, but he was on the radar at the start of the week. And I thought he done really well. Joe Hardy came and gave him a wee bit actually, so these are all fights that he's going to learn from. But a great night. Kelsey Leonard taking a step up. Christina Desmond fighting a tough enough Argentinian. Listen, the card had a bit of everything. Obviously, as a promoter, you want some highlight stuff, but the main event in the end, with Gormley showing great heart and ability to fight as well, made it a good fight. So yeah, it was a good night. But I think from the undercard, it was great to see Donagh Keary bounce back in good fashion.
Obviously, Bernardo took that step up, as you say. You know, he's had 3 fights now under you, and sort of after being out of the ring for 3 years, he's had 3 fights so soon together. You've got him at activity. Where would you like to position Bernardo next? Would you like to sort of look at a title in some ways? Like, I don't know what your sort of thought process or what too much you want to give away and where you want to go in next, but would you like to get him a Celtic title fight, say, for instance, next?
I don't know. I would like to get him an 8-rounder. So if it means a Celtic title fight, then so be it. He weighed in close to 140 comfortably, so we're probably going to go into that weight. So there's loads of options with him. He has great backing from his stepdad. So it's going to be interesting to see what's next with him. If someone comes to us with a decent offer, we would think about it. But I would like to get him an 8-round fight, which then opens him up to more belts and more opportunity.
This is your best card yet as a promoter. You know, I guess that's the first title fight on a card with your promotion. Like, it seems that they're progressively getting better as each card, like a 9-fight card on Thriller all around the world. Like, I'm sure anybody tuned in there tonight has probably got their money's worth.
Yeah, it was probably the most stressful. Just the last couple of days have been mental. But as you say, my plan was to get a title fight on my next card. Jay Burns done it repeatedly, numerous fights on his cards, which I hopefully get to do one day. He's putting on great cards. So yeah, it was great to have a good 50-50 main event, which then it delivered also. So our aim is just to keep building. Obviously, I work closely with Jamie of Conlan Sports, and a lot of what I do lies on what he does, and I enjoy working alongside him. And I think the feeling's mutual, so we'll sit down and talk soon.
Maybe a bit of a break, you know, the potential of Lewis maybe coming back and fighting here, you know, other shows maybe potentially in the pipeline as well. Maybe it's getting your fighters on the other shows rather than particularly you being a promoter, but maybe learning more of the background of the bigger shows sort of in some respects as well, because I guess you're still in that learning stage of promoting also.
Yeah, it's now up to me to start to get the right contacts to put my guys in a good position to get on the shows, and like there's no reason why they shouldn't. They're Big Lex, Teo, Bernardo, they're all doing their bit when it comes to fighting on small hall, which has its own sort of challenges with ticket sales and stuff. So I gotta grow myself as a manager, and I do plan on doing more shows. So let's see when the next one is. Obviously, yes, lads, all the best. Teo, yes, I'll call you tomorrow, okay? All right. So my next step is to try and get bigger and better shows.
Different venues and things like that. Like, obviously you fought in the Ulster Hall and things like that, so maybe looking at the Ulster Hall probably hasn't been used as much this year. I don't think there's any pro shows in the Ulster Hall this year. But you've obviously fought in the Ulster Hall, so is that now the next step where you look at where you've fought, you know, when you're sort of building yourself up as a fighter, now looking at a promoter and going, well, I want to promote shows in different venues?
Yeah, well, there's already conversations happening about our next show, which is going to be in a bigger venue. I don't, I don't know how much we can say on that, but yes, there's there's wheels in motion for the next show. Whether I'm involved, in what capacity I'm involved in it, I don't know. But I would love to stay involved in doing what I'm doing. As you've seen there, I'm still grafting now to make sure everything's good and everyone had a great night and the experience for everybody is good. So, yeah, I want to stay involved in boxing, whether it be in a fighting capacity or continue to do what I'm doing and grow my stable ever so slightly. I like keeping it small so I can give my fighters better opportunities. But I know eventually it's going to have to grow. And I think I'm slowly making the right moves to like doing it.
Does it make it easier for you? Like, obviously, I know that you still have ambitions to keep fighting and everything else. Like, if you weren't to fight again, would the promotion be enough to keep you going, as such as the hunger and stuff like that? You know, why some people retire and then get into coaching capacities. If you weren't to fight again, is the promotion's enough to keep you going, or like you still that burning desire, you want to keep fighting, but you just don't want to fight just for the sake of it?
Yeah, I still have a hunger to have another fight. I think I need to, for myself, for my own mental clarity. I think I would like to fight. If I don't, then this is it. This is next. I've had ideas of, do I open up my own place and call it Hammer Boxing and coach out of it and manage out of it. That's also an option that I've been truly thinking about. So I'm still kind of in the middle of what's next, but my desire is to fight again, and I've been in the gym, and if I didn't have that desire, I wouldn't be in the boxing gym training. I'd be here at gym coach just lifting weights. So I have a hunger to fight again, but I'm open and still thinking about the next steps, whether it be in a coaching and management capacity slash promotion, or whether it's just managing and growing the stable.
Would you like to be a coach and coach fighters as well? So sort of doing the whole lot, sort of coach, manager, promoter, doing the whole heap?
Yeah, nice. Yeah. That's definitely an avenue that I may go down. Obviously, I lean on a lot of people like Jimmy, like my wife, like as you've seen tonight. There's a lot of friends and family doing the dirty work. Megan McQuaid, Megan Hamilton, and the rest are doing all the dirty work, as well as ourselves. So I don't know. Let's see what's next morning. Let's see.
Definitely. Well, look, we'll let you go. Obviously, it's got to that time of the evening. We're well after midnight. You're probably ready for something to eat and bed and sort of relax for a few days. But another fantastic night. Third, obviously, show you've now been involved in promotion-wise. Enjoy your Christmas, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon after in the new year.
Yeah, thank you. It's my son's christening tomorrow, so I gotta get back and get a good sleep. So busy day tomorrow also, and a few airport runs.
Thanks as always for your time, buddy.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.